When he say now Israel, let me ask you something. Who is he talking to in today's time? When he say Israel, who is he talking about today? He's talking about us. Because remember right here, if this is Judah from the 12 tribes of Israel, and it's the American blacks, that's talking about us. We the Israelites. We finna prove that to you. We already showed you Jesus is black, so now we finna show you even more that we the real Israelites. Now that you know that you're an Israelite, what you gotta do?
And now Israel, what does the Lord thy God require of thee?
So he want to know, what do God require you to do?
Right. But to fear the Lord thy God.
You got to fear God. You know what that means? You had to be afraid of him. Right. You got to be afraid of God. He ain't your friend. Right. Okay, he's not your bestie. A lot of times women say, Jesus is my boyfriend. No, God will kill you. As a matter of fact, he's waiting to kill you. But he's giving you a chance to get right. Why would he kill you? Because you're sinning. The wages of sin is what? You a Christian? The wages of sin is what? Death. The wages of sin is death. So if you in sin, God said, I'm going to kill that person. Unless he fixes himself and stops sinning. You understand that? So what do God require?
To fear the Lord thy God, to walk in all his ways, and to love him, and to serve the Lord thy God with all thy heart and with all thy soul, to keep the commandments of the Lord.
To do what?
Keep the commandments of the Lord.
Hey, I'm going to show you a commandment. When you are Israelite, you are now required to keep God's commandments. When you don't keep God's commandments, bad things happen to us. Curses happen to us. Deuteronomy 11:26. Curses happen to us. When you look at our community, right? Black people stay over here, right? You see potholes in the streets. You see Section 8 houses. You see single parents, single mothers. You see young men running the street without a vehicle. These are all curses. But when you go to the white neighborhood, it don't look like that. You see the family structure. You see the mother and the father in the house. You see the children being taken care of. They have vehicles, right? The reason why we struggle as a community is because we sinned against our God. With Jesus being black, with him being an Israelite, with us being an Israelite, he only got a problem with us when we sin. When the other people sin, he don't care. I'm going to show you that. We're finna get ready to wrap it up though. Read it.
Deuteronomy chapter 11 and verse 26. Behold, I set before you this day a blessing and a curse.
He said, I set before the Israelites a what?
A blessing.
A blessing is something good.
And a curse.
And a curse is something bad.
A blessing if ye obey the...
So if you want to be blessed by God, you have to what?
Obey.
You have to obey God. Go ahead.
Obey the commandments of the Lord your God, which I command you this day. And a curse.
A what?
And a curse.
A curse.
If ye will not obey
If you will not
obey the commandments of the Lord your God.
If you will not obey the commandments of the Lord your God. Now, you got a choice to make. You can either start obeying God today, or you can continue to not obey God. If you continue to not obey God, then guess what? Your situation gonna stay the same. Right? What they say about black people, we fill the jailhouses. Why? Because we break God's commandments. They say when you're a young man, you're gonna end up in jail or dead. Why that's happening? Because we, the Israelite men, are breaking God's commandments. That's why. But if you want to change that, what you got to do? Keep his commandments. I'm going to just give you one commandment real quick. We're going to go. Leviticus 11 and 7. So let me ask you something. You eat pork? Do you eat pork? Yeah? So like bacon or pork chop, ham, pepperoni pizza, you eat that kind of stuff, right? That's a sin. You know what happened when we eat that stuff? We get sick. We get sick. Black people are the most sick people in the world. They come right here to in season and they eat pork all year long. They eat chitlins, right? They eat the pig tail, the pig nose, right? And they eat they don't talk about in season. They eat every part of the pig, right? And what happened? We the most sick people. We got high blood pressure, right? We got cancer, right? We got gout. We got diabetes. We got high blood sugar. All of that because we love to eat what God said don't eat. Read that.
Leviticus chapter 11 and verse 7. And the swine.
And the what?
And the swine.
What is swine? Pig.
Though he divided the hoof and be cloven footed, yet he cheweth not the cud. He is unclean to you.
He what?
He is unclean to you.
What's unclean? That swine. So he said he unclean to who?
To you.
Who he talking to? He talking to the Israelites. He said the swine is unclean to us. When we eat that swine, we get sick and we die. And then guess what? When we go to the hospital, the doctor tell us, well, you got to change your diet. You can't eat the pork no more. Why we believe when the doctor say it, but we don't believe when God say it? That's the reason why we ended up over here on slave ships. Because we disobeyed everything that God said. But we can get back to the promised land. We can get back to our rightful position, and we can get back to the kingdom of God if we keep his commandments. Did you learn something today, bro? Tell me what you learned before we leave. Give me Matthew 26. We talked about what color Jesus was. What color is he? He's brass. So what race is he? We talked about his nation and his tribe. He's an Israelite, but he will be called an African American, right? What's your race? According to the Bible. You're an Israelite, right? And what is God's problem with us? We do what? We break his... We sin. We sin, and sin is when you break God's commandments. Now, you can fix everything by obeying God, all right? Obey him. So you need to get with us. We're going to give you a flyer, and we got a school here in Tupelo on South Gloster. You can come and learn how to keep God's commandments with us, all right?
Nation is men leading by example.